sounds a little bit like maybe an excuse to see the female employees naked too, but
we had a little controversy in the video game space with this next story. This is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. On the surface, it sounds a little nuts. If I can use a pun from the previous story, let's go, dad jokes. All right, I'm just gonna read the title for this, Arch, and you tell me if this sounds a little sus, as the kids say. Game dev under fire for mandatory sauna sessions with staff. Okay. Now, sauna culture is big in your neck of the woods, isn't it, Arch?
Yes, our neighbors, the Finnish, particularly. We have a little bit over here in Norway, but the Finns love that stuff.
Well, as somebody who I've been in a sauna a few times, I certainly wouldn't say I'm adept to sauna culture, if you will. But I want to read this, and there's a few things that are very important in this story that I want to read in its entirety, so we get the full context. So this is a company called Spectrum Studios, and the creative director, we'll call him. His name's Jacek, I guess, but we'll just call him Jake. Why not? Yeah, sure. He has caused controversy in the build-up to the developer's new game by allegedly requiring employees to have naked sauna sessions. The situation was highlighted by Patrick Suchi, lead recruiter at 8-Bit, who made a post on LinkedIn calling out the requirement. In the post, he says, this dude, a creative director, requires naked sauna sessions as a part of work in his studio, right? And then says the post contains screenshots posting on LinkedIn, responding to a developer who he'd spoken to about the job. There's a narrative director, Alexandra Walna, a narrative director and writer, responds to his post, potentially offering work, saying, we've already exchanged a few messages in the comments. Okay, so here's the thing. On the surface, you're like, oh, what's going on with this? Why is this guy requiring sauna sessions with his staff? Arch, at what point do you think that you'd have to require sauna sessions with your team?
Well, let me begin by defending the naked part, because it would be uncomfortable to be in a sauna with clothes. There you go. That's my defense.
Or towel, I guess.
Or towel.
Yeah.
But team building exercise, I guess.
On the surface, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of logic behind this, right? The idea
it's difficult to defend.
I agree. Except if you're making a game about being in a sauna, which is what they're doing here.
Fair enough.
Right. He says, from what you say, you consider naked sauna sessions part of your work responsibilities in the studio. I told you it was a deal breaker. And the guy came in, the studio head says, you had a lot of time to prove me wrong. To write scene in sauna without being in a sauna, that's the whole idea, is this person is trying to make an entire game about being in a sauna, right? And it's like, how are you going to make a game about riding a bike if you can't ride a bike, right? And I'm not saying they need to be naked, but I am saying that they should probably, if you're making a game about sauna culture, you should probably know a little bit about sauna culture. Just throwing it out there, you know. As somebody who doesn't know a whole lot about sauna culture, Arch, what should I know? Because that's my next game that I'm making is the sauna game.
Well, if you're doing it the traditional way, then you need to do it in winter. So you go into the sauna and you get properly heated up. Then you run out into the snow to cool down, and you beat yourself with pine branches to get the blood really flowing. And then you go back into the sauna, and then you simply just rinse and repeat.
Oh, so you beat each other with branches?
Yes, pine branches particularly, because they're prickly.
Okay. Do you have to pay $2,000 to go into the woods and then hit them on the ground like these crazy liberal women do?
Fortunately not. Saunas tend to be significantly cheaper than the primal scream training.
Okay, good. Well, like, I'm not saying this guy is right in the idea of the sauna training, right? because I do think you need to immerse yourself in the situation. Now, with that said, is it good to see your coworkers naked? Probably not. Probably not. Especially in a work situation. But the idea of he says the main character will be a sauna master and will be in charge of performing in various saunas, smells, music, choreography, everything. He says, we're doing a game about sauna sessions. I don't want to waste my time to explain what the difference between Ruscabania or dry sauna. I don't even know what that means. You have to feel it. He then offered to, quote, even organize a female-only event.
I mean, this guy certainly sounds like an aficionado, shall we say.
Very passionate.
Very passionate. And I get it. It's like, okay, so long as you make it clear in the recruitment poster, like, all right, I'm making a game about saunas. I know, a bit crazy. I'm going to require you to be as deep into this, as balls deep, if you will, as I am. Then, all right, I guess. It sounds a little bit like maybe an excuse to see the female employees naked too, but...
Right. I'm certain, by the way, I'm certainly not like saying that what this guy is doing is right. I'm just saying I kind of get it.
Research.
I see the logic.
Right. Like I kind of get it. Just throwing it out there.